You're listening to the Spend 10K a Day podcast, brought to you by the performance marketing experts at Mute 6. This is your source for cutting-edge insight into the world of online advertising from the team with more Facebook case studies in 2016 than any other agency on the planet. Here are your hosts, Steve Wise and Stuart Anderson.
Welcome to this episode of the Spend 10K a Day podcast. I am Stuart Anderson. With me, Steve Weiss. We're talking about probably not the most fun topic, but an important one nonetheless. It's staying compliant with Facebook's policies, making sure you don't get ads rejected, making sure you don't get one of those harsh sounding emails or notifications from Facebook that something's wrong with your ad account or one of your ads. So, Steve, obviously there's a lot of obvious things out there that can get your ads nixed and can potentially get you in a little bit of trouble. Having, graphic sexual images in your ads, things of that nature. Let's talk about some of the more common problems that people might have. They might not think are issues.
So it's really interesting. Facebook goes through kind of spurts of things that they're really banning and up against. Like right now, the big thing everyone is crying out for is fake news. So anything remotely close to copyright infringement right now on the ad level will not only get your ad disapproved, but if you try and resubmit that ad, you're going to risk getting your account approved, even if whatever you're writing is factually correct. Facebook has two forms of kind of ways that they disapprove ads. They have like the machine disapproval, or three forms, should I say? They have the automated disapproval of ads, where you automatically say a word and the system catches it and just disapproves it. Then they have someone at Facebook sees your ad and then they disapprove it, and then they actually disapprove ads based on community comments, like just the community in general. I think commenting and saying that this is copyright infringement, et cetera, et cetera. So you really want to stay on top of the images, the text, the stuff you promise. There's stuff that's automatically going to get disapproved. So number one, before and after shots. Those are always touchy because they convert so well on Facebook. Before and after shots, you're most likely not going to get approved on Facebook. Anything with guns, even if it's sometimes a picture of a gun, they're very sensitive about anything violence related. They want to keep the platform clean, which is totally understandable. But at the same time, as an advertiser, it's really important to understand their rules and guidelines. And then number three, anything kind of sexual related, anything where you're showing stuff that you shouldn't be showing to the community.
Yeah.
It's a community platform, and I respect Facebook, and they're really doing their best to keep the community clean, keep your news feed clean, and obviously the aforementioned fake news, copyright infringement. That's the big one right now that everyone is just going crazy with, because it's infecting all of us. If you log on to Facebook, you see a whole bunch of stuff. Is this real? I mean, especially with all the political stuff going on with Donald Trump. So I would be very careful when I market content, news type content right now. I would make sure that it's factually correct, and just make sure that before you release it to Facebook, that on the ad level, that it passes all your own due diligence. The question I get a lot is, what if my ad gets rejected? What do I do? Initially in the past I used to say, all right, well, if it's obviously there's nothing wrong with it, just re-upload it again. But if you keep uploading the same ad that gets rejected, then they're going to ban your account. There's just no going back. Unless you're spending a significant amount of money, Facebook will they want to keep the platform clean. They're doing their best. So I'd be very careful. If an ad that you upload gets disapproved, go back and change it. Be very thoughtful about it. Don't keep uploading the same ad, because you're going to risk hurting your business and getting your account disapproved.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like a tough thing, because it's always fluid. Obviously, the fake news one being a really good example. As things come into the fore as potential issues in society or elsewhere, Facebook's policies can change. And especially when you look at some of the other policies, not necessarily content related, but just like features of ads related. The 20% text rule that has even become fungible in the last 6 months, stuff like that. So we always kind of say, especially when it comes to things where it deals with sexuality, specific claims that you're making about a product that haven't been verified, you always kind of want to err on the side of caution. The benefit that you might get from an effective ad is not as much as the downside that you're going to face if you get your ad account banned or something like that.
Yep. Also, the Facebook ad policy changes from country to country.
Very true.
From day to day. So they make changes to policy without telling us marketers, and it's just something we got to accept as marketers, that they're figuring it out just as much as we're figuring out how to police their platform. So if you do have an ad that gets disapproved, or you're fighting an account ban, don't get mad at them. Don't get they're trying to keep the platform clean. The people at Facebook are great people. Reach out to their support. They've been a lot better at responding to support-related account issues. Or if you're working with an agency of some sorts, or a group of people who are connected to Facebook, reach out to them. There's usually a way to, they're very open of, helping you solve the problem. But if you're doing something against their terms of service, they're going to be, their goal is to keep the platform clean. And even though it might not seem right at the, from your vantage point, they're going to do their best. It's their platform, and they set the rules.
Yeah. So what can somebody do if they feel that they have had ads that are, maybe they're just borderline, maybe they have questions about why they got disapproved, or if they want to appeal, if they want to talk to somebody at Facebook, or let's say they've even had their account banned and they feel that it might not be for worthy reasons. What are the best recourses people can pursue to kind of rectify those situations?
So number one, when you have your account banned, you could actually reach out to them, through live chat or support, and you could actually ask them specifically questions of why my accounts are banned. Sometimes they'll get back to you pretty quickly and tell you this is the reason why. Other times, they won't even respond quickly, and you just got to keep hitting them up. And if you can't get anyone directly through, Facebook support, then I recommend, going through another agency or reaching out to someone, to help remediate the problem. Someone who has a relationship in there, who has a partner manager that they work with. Remember, they're getting a lot of inquiries on a daily basis. Sometimes there's small sequences where, your account might have been banned, or your ads might have been banned by accident. And if that's the case, then they work. You could probably get your account put back on. But in most cases, you really just have to go through the process of trying to work with Facebook to get everything back to normal.
Yeah. So anything else we want to kind of add in terms of compliance? I mean, I think this is, it's straightforward and a little bit complex at the same time, but I think overall, sometimes it's pretty intuitive to know, hey, these are the things you shouldn't have in your ads.
Yeah, I mean, it's just change. It's just understanding that Facebook is changing a lot. Their ad policy team is continuously evolving, and they're really just trying to police the community. I think, they're coming out with that new publishing, I guess, widget where they're going to be able to kind of approve articles that get posted on Facebook. I forgot what it's called, but they're going to continuously build products to help keep the community clean. I think as long as you fit within the cleanness of the community, you're going to be fine. But it's all gray area. A lot of it's gray area.
Absolutely. Well, yeah, this is this has been another episode of the Spend 10K Day podcast. Today we talked about staying compliant on Facebook. Soon we're going to be returning back to some more positive conversations about how to actually grow your ad spend profitably and make more money on Facebook. There's a lot of money being made out there. We will see you next time.
Yep. Take care, guys.